for the directions you need to know for your third slide in your national park keynote presentation. The first thing you need to know is what state your national park is located in. If you don't know that yet, Google that. Once you know the state, then you're going to visit this website, the National Park Service website. You can find it at nps.gov. This is what the home page looks like. Right underneath this mountain lions picture, you're going to find a section called Find a Park. We're going to click on By State here, and if you know what state it is, you scroll down until you find the state. I know that my park is in the state of New Mexico, White Sands. It will open up to a map of your state. Let's do a quick review of directions. At the top of every map is the directions north. And if you remember a little phrase to help you remember the directions, something like never eat shredded wheat or never eat soggy waffles, those are the directions. So north will be at the top, east will be at the right, south is at the bottom of your map, and west will be over to the left. What the first question is asking is where in your state, using those directions, would you find your park? When I look at White Sands National Park, I'll make it a little bigger there, I see that it's down towards the bottom. So it's definitely not in the northern part of the state. It would be in the southern part of New Mexico. Then you ask yourself, is it in southeastern, south central, or southwestern New Mexico? Looks like it's right in the middle to me, so I would say that White Sands National Park is in south central New Mexico. The next thing that you need to do is to find the address of the park. To find the address of the park, you need to click on the national park there, and it will open up a little box like this. If I click again on the words White Sands National Park, it will bring me to its page. So here is the page of White Sands. I'm going to show you where you will be able to find the address for your national park. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom of this page, down in the lower left corner, you will find the mailing address. So what you can do right here while you're on this page, you can press it and drag it over it like this and highlight it and then press the word copy. Then you're ready to paste it into your slideshow presentation. I've copied the address. I'm ready to go back and work in my keynote. So I have the first two slides done. I need to add slide number 3. So I go to the plus sign in the lower left corner, scroll all the way down, and hit a blank white slide. Now because I have copied that address, I'm going to right away paste it on there by pressing my finger down and lifting it, and then hitting the word paste. There's the mailing address. It's pretty small, and the font and color art might not be what you'd like. So I'm going to double click on that, and I'm going to spread that blue out, and I'm going to go up to, let's try that again, go up to the paintbrush up here, and I'm going to change the font. Choose a font that you would like for your address. Can be anything. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to change the size because it's so small I can hardly read it. So I'm going to make the size bigger. Here's where you can also change the color in the little text color box, and I might want to change it to a different color. So I have my mailing address there, and for right now I'm just going to move it over so that I can work on the rest of the page. What I've done next though is I want to maybe find a map of where White Sands is located. So I'm going to go back to Safari, the internet, and I'm going to find where I can find a picture to show the map. So I've typed in map of White Sands, New Mexico, and as you look for the choices down here, I thought the one in the lower left down here, this one here, was a good one that shows where it is in the state. It's just New Mexico and where White Sands is. So if you put your finger down on that, you can add it to your photo gallery. Now I'm going to go back to my keynote slideshow, and I'm going to go to the plus sign, and I'm going to add that photo that shows where White Sands is located. Nice clean map with just where White Sands is. Now you can add a background color to this slide. Remember, if you're going to add a background, you go up to the paintbrush, and the second one down is background. You can add colors. You can add what's called gradients. Gradient means you can pick two colors. I might want a dark orange, and then I go to back, and my second color, I might want a light orange or even a lighter orange there, and you can use that as a color to your background. The next thing I did is I thought it'd be kind of neat to maybe put a mailing address on an envelope. So what I did is I went in Safari and I searched blank envelope, and I found a picture of a blank envelope that I also copied and pasted by putting my finger down and adding to the photos. Now I'm going to go back to my Keynote slide presentation, and I'm going to add that picture of the envelope into my slide. Now it's pretty big there. I can make it a little bit smaller, move some things around here. And if I put this mailing address on top of it, notice that it disappears behind it. So I have to go up to the paintbrush, and under the word arrange, I'm going to click arrange. I'm going to drag that sliding bar across so that it moves to the forward. Now when I put that mailing address on top of the envelope, it stays right on there. I might want to move it up in the corner together. And now it kind of looks like I have a mailing address to the park on an envelope. That was just my idea to do it. Now with the map down here, I need to add the words of where it's located in South Central New Mexico. One thing I thought I could add on there to help is that I could add perhaps an arrow. So I went to the shapes here and I clicked on an arrow to use, and you can drag that arrow out and you can make it skinnier, and you can click on that arrow and go up to the paintbrush, and you can go to the color and the style of it. Right now it's blue. I went to style, and if I didn't want it to be blue, I wanted it to be a different color, I can choose a different color by clicking on it. I might choose yellow. And you can also move that arrow, and you can spin that arrow and make it wider. Whoopsie. So we can spin the arrow around to point to it. I'm going to make my arrow a little thinner and move it right down to point to White Sands. I need to add my words yet, so I'm going to go up to the plus sign, and I'm going to add a text box now. Move that text box over, double click on it, and I'm going to write, it is located in South Central New Mexico. Put a period at the end of the sentence. And if you don't like that color or that font, you know what to do. You highlight it, you go up to the paintbrush, you choose your font that you would like for it by clicking on font. You go back, it's pretty small, I want to make it bigger, and I want to change the text color so that it is easy to read. I'm going to move it over on top of the arrow, and now I have my mailing address included on this page. I have a map of where it's located with the words, it is located in South Central New Mexico. Now this is just how I did it. You can create your own background, you can add some more pictures of your park, but the two things you need on this slide is your mailing address and the location of where it is in the state. Don't forget to add your animations and your transitions.